Hi guys, I am back and today we are going to be doing the 20-second or something get ready with me on my channel. This is going to be the first get ready with me of 2022, so I'm really excited for that. And without much further ado, let's just hop straight into the video. So, I'm so used to just having the exact same products as I have been for the past 6 months that I forget to talk about what I'm using, but I'm starting off with a mixture of MAC Prep and Prime, Natural Radiance base, and then a little bit of the MAC Strobe Cream in Pink Light. And that's just going to be my primer for this evening. So I'm just gonna apply that to my face. I feel like I always film right after I get out of the shower. And I think that's because I'm like, oh, I don't want to do my makeup and film before I work out, so I'll work out and then shower and then film and then I get tired, so then I wait to shower until oh crap, I have to film now. Because I'm just, peak intelligence over here. Anywho's, the start of this quarter has been pretty good. I'm taking slightly less units because I'm taking a lot of responsibility on outside of school. So I'm going to be trying to join a semi-competitive lab on campus, and then I'm also going to be working on a Meditech project with a couple other students. And so Meditech is just an industry sponsored project. So the company will say to Cal Poly, like, hey, we need a group of students to do this. And then we work on it for 6 to 9 months, depending on what the project is. And then, yeah, so that's really exciting. I get to work with different people than my internship program last summer fall, but it's with the same company, so that's kind of cool. And then I lost my train of thought. Shocking. That never happens here. I'm just going in. That was my hyaluronic acid primer from ColourPop, or tinted moisturizer from ColourPop. And then now I'm just going in with my Ilia concealer. I'm running out of this, which means I need to start thinking about what concealer I want next, which will be, I don't know, not a huge decision. I would gladly repurchase this one, but I think I might want to wait until Sephora has a VIB sale or something. I thought about picking one up over all the holiday sales and stuff, but I don't know, I just kind of didn't want to start having more than one concealer, even if it's a backup. I don't know, sometimes I feel like getting it down to one was hard enough. That's not what I wanted. Now I'm just gonna go in with my nude stick pencil in Purity. This is Purity, right? My goodness. Yes. That was hard to read. But yeah, so quarter started well. Thank you to everyone who's been watching all of my Project Pan finales and intros for 2022. I'm so excited for all those projects. I recently reorganized all of my makeup and skincare, body care, and hair care. So now they are not in, I used to just have one box that just had a bunch of things, but then one box became 2 boxes, became 3 boxes, and then there were 3 little boxes, but none of them were designated. So really I had no organizational system. So that just wasn't working anymore. So when I came back and I moved back into this apartment, I spent a good amount of time organizing. So now I have a skincare and makeup box, and then a hair care and body care box. So that is good. I'm glad I got it down to, it's the same amount of stuff, but it's now much more organized, I feel at least. I always had a lot of like random stuff floating in the boxes with all of the beauty products. I don't know. I spent a very large amount of time organizing when I got back, which was nice. I don't like feeling disorganized. The new like kind of exciting thing in all of our lives is my like kind of core friend group. We've started all watching Love Island UK together. We just picked like a random season and went with it. I don't think it's the first season, but I also don't think it's the uh, most recent season. And it's so funny watching a show like this with like your friends who you don't necessarily talk about dating with all of them. Like I'll talk about dating with all the girls and stuff like that, and I have asked Max for guy advice before, but whew, this is a lot of product that I got on my brush. But like I haven't really talked much about guys with like some of the other guys in my friend group, and just like them sussing out my taste and stuff was really funny. We all collectively really love this one couple that's like pretty solid. I mean, these shows are sociologically doomed to fail. I mean, and I say that like not to be a pessimist. Just like literally when we are put into a new environment, our brains re-socialize, and then like they adapt. But then when you get put back into your original environment, especially considering some of these shows, most of these shows, pull people from all across the country. Or like Too Hot to Handle, there were people from France, Australia, the United States, the UK, and so like, of course, you're gonna get like when two people go back home to completely separate countries, there's gonna be issues. But even like just roughly speaking, when you're putting them in a place where they don't go to work, they're not like having to really like pay bills or anything like that. They don't have their phones. That's common amongst a lot of these shows. Then like that you go back home. Things go back to normal, and although you aren't completely the same person who left, you're also not the same person who was in that isolated setup. So that's my 2 cents on these trashy love shows. I used to not like them, and I have kind of gone over to the dark side, so to speak. So I still am not a huge fan of The Bachelor. I don't know. I'll watch it, but I don't like follow it. And then now I'm just putting on a little bit of eye primer. But Love Island is fun too. Love is Blind is what got me. That one I wanted to watch because I thought the thought process was interesting, and I think I don't know, I think that of all the dating shows, I think that one's the least likely to fail, because although in like the pods is what they called them, they were isolated, they were not in their normal habitat, and they like their brains were changing because of that. When they went back to life, they had this period of time to adjust together, and they were living in an apartment together, but it wasn't like one of their homes and the other person had to give up everything. Because clearly eventually they moved in together, but whatever, you guys get what I mean. Oh, they pulled only people from the same city. I mean, Atlanta's a huge city, so you're gonna get a lot of different people when you do it in a big city, but it's not like they pulled people from a bunch of different states, and then when they had to go back to like their real lives, they had to pick what state to live in or live in a completely new place. I feel like that show, I don't know much about The Bachelor, so I have no clue what that like relationship retention rate is. I hear a lot about couples from that show breaking up, so that doesn't make me think that it's a good retention rate, but um, still, it's nice to know that two of the relationships from Love Is Blind are still somewhat standing. Um, anyways, back to Love Island. It is a terrible show. Like, it is so bad. We call one of the contestants in his little intro confessional type thing where he's introducing himself. He makes a joke like, "Oh, I have this like very terrible medical condition called a wandering eye," and I mean, no one in my friend group really condones cheating, but we all just were like, "Oh my god, I want to punch him!" Like, that's not like the way. It wasn't so much that he like admitted like, "Oh, I've cheated in the past." It was more like he was almost proud of it, and so we call him Punch Face. And then this started with only four of us watching this show. So whenever someone in the friend group starts watching with us, or they haven't been watching with us in a while, we're like, "Oh, that's Punch Face," because he has a very punchable face. And like, that's the only explanation we give. Um, which really just, I feel bad for whomever he's cheated on. They did not deserve that. I don't think anyone deserves to be cheated on. I think that's not really a hot take, so I don't really want to go down that rabbit hole. But yeah, it's such a weird show. But the one couple we really like is doing well. He's like a ballroom dancer. I feel like if someone's really into the show, they could probably like figure out what season I'm watching. If I really cared, I could text Fisher and ask him to check, but I don't know. It's on his Hulu account. Yeah, was it yesterday? No, it was Saturday. Today is not Saturday. Or today's not Sunday, so it was not yesterday. Um, we did a little get together, and this was like the first get together that had all eight, like the original gang, in so long. And Sally and I, my roommate, and I did our makeup together, as in I did both of our makeups. And we just had so much fun with it. We picked out our outfits first because, gotta make sure everything's cohesive. And then I did a really cool, like, cut crease look. I'll insert a picture now. I got distracted by blending and I stopped talking about Love Island, but, no, last night. So I did, like, a bronzy smoky eye for her and then that, like, cut crease. I really liked it. I really like how it turned out. But it did make me have to come to terms with myself that I'm not going to have any sort of cut crease look where my eye looks as pretty open as it does closed. That's just not the way my eye is shaped. Unless I cut my crease up here and I do almost like a drag level cut crease, which could be fun to do one day, but when I first was doing it, I blended the matte shades, I layered on the silver, and then I went to do the eyeliner. And the eyeliner, I was having trouble getting like it to be like a pretty point into my crease. And so, because my eye, like, I would do it as a point and then I would move, or I would like stop like pulling my or whatever I was doing, and then it would just kind of be a blob. So then I blended it in with the crease shades that I already had and took a little bit more of a darker color and did all of that, and I fixed it and I was happy with it. But I was like trying to force my eye to do something that it's not shaped to do. So I think if I did a cut crease again, I would do something similar where I like blended it in, or I would use a shadow to kind of do the wing and stuff. So you learn. It took a very long time, but I thought it was worth it. I thought it turned out so pretty. I felt very sassy. And it stayed really well. Like, you know, this ABH primer is very nice and is making me reconsider my stance on eye primers. Okay, now that I have kind of a light pinky smoky eye situation, I am going to be right back with mascara and like all of that on. Okay, I am back with mascara and I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. So now we're gonna go in with bronzer, blush, all that jazz. Just using my Pan That Face palette. The funniest part about the whole Love Island thing is that, first of all, it wasn't like me or my roommate, who are the two who watch shows like Too Hot to Handle, and my roommate is into The Bachelor and all of that. It was one of the guys who was like, hey, have you ever seen clips from this trashy show? I was like, no. And then he showed me a couple clips. I'm like, this is hilarious. He's like, we should watch it. I was like, sure. So that's how we got started on this path in our lives. And then now we've just gotten all the guys into it. Even the guys who are at first like, I don't know how I feel about this, are now like, oh, okay. Wait, that's Punch Face, right? Okay. Yeah, I agree. He has a very punchable face. This brush is shedding and it's making me really sad because I don't know how to get it to stop shedding. If there is a trick for that, let me know. My only other guess is to like brush it like a fine-tooth comb and like just kind of like pull out any of the loose ones, because yes, the brush will be less dense, but that's kind of what I like about this brush, is that it's just super fluffy. And then it will at least stop leaving little hairs all over my face. And then what else is new with my life? Home was good. I went home for a couple of weeks. Stayed there longer than I planned to because of COVID and all of that. So that's why my Pan That Palette finale was at my dad's house, which is somewhere I like never film. But I didn't want to wait like 3 weeks to film that video because I wanted to like wrap that project up since it was kind of overdue to do so. Home was good. I got to do some stuff in the city, got to see some friends, which was really nice. My best friend, who was on my channel last May or June, turned 21, so that was super fun getting to celebrate with her. And yeah, that's kind of everything. It wasn't too crazy. This is NARS Velvet Lip Glide in District. I'm so happy I didn't declutter this one. I was like thinking, I don't wear the NARS Velvet Lip Glides a super ton, so I was like, maybe I should declutter them, but this is a beautiful color. So that's everything. I think I had a great, very fun, long, ranty time about love dating shows, and yeah, my life is kind of just settling down again, so I'm excited to get back into like regularly working out and all of that jazz at school, etc. So if you enjoyed watching me do my makeup or chatting with me, I'm gonna link my get ready with me's, but also my palette bingos down below. Those are a really fun video series that I've done, and I haven't done one in a while, so I might want to pull out, maybe my Sultry palette would be fun to do again. Or my Soft Glam palette was a really fun one, so I might do some take twos with some of the palettes that I brought down to university with me. And that is everything that I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you in a future video. Thanks, guys.